Since opening in 2003, Borgata Hotel, Casino and Spa forever changed the landscape of Atlantic City by offering guests the finest in accommodations, dining, high-energy gaming, and luxury spa services. A joint venture of Boyd Gaming Corporation and MGM Mirage, Borgata Hotel, Casino and Spa revitalized Atlantic City, becoming the industry leader on the East Coast. And now, in a continuing effort to exceed expectations, Borgata is proud to announce a multi-million-dollar expansion, providing guests a truly unparalleled experience. In a very short time, Borgata has quickly captured the market-leading position in Atlantic City, reporting record-breaking financial revenues in both non-gaming and gaming categories. Though Borgata is the premier venue in Atlantic City, its $525 million two-phase expansion will satisfy cravings for more of Borgata's fun, upscale, sensual, energetic, and international brand of hospitality. Phase 1, opened to the public in the second quarter of 2006, will feature over 500 additional slot machines, 36 table games, an 85-table poker room, a multi-concept quick-service dining option called the cafeteria, a highly styled ultra lounge named Murmur, and signature restaurants Wolfgang Puck American Grill, Bobby Flay Steak, and Sea Blue, a Mina restaurant by award-winning chef Michael Mina. Phase 2, to be open for business in the fourth quarter of 2007, will be anchored by the Water Club at Borgata, an 800-room, $325 million freestanding hotel tower adjoined to Borgata's lavish amenities. Borgata has earned a reputation as a dining destination, forever changing the standards of the fine dining in Atlantic City. An elevated food and beverage experience has been one of the main differentiators of Borgata in the heated Atlantic City market. Restaurants such as Sulan by Susanna Fu, Specchio and Ombra from rising star chef Luke Palladino, and New York City's famed Old Homestead Steakhouse, Borgata both raised the bar and excited guests by offering exceptional cuisine coupled with unsurpassed service. Perhaps the most exciting part of the initial expansion are the 3 world-class restaurants joining Borgata's already stellar culinary roster, which will further reinforce Borgata's status as a national dining destination, rivaling Las Vegas and New York City. The addition of chefs Bobby Flay, Wolfgang Puck, and Michael Mina make Borgata a singular destination for nationally acclaimed cuisine on the East Coast. Culinary virtuoso, author, and television personality Bobby Flay is an innovator of Southwestern cuisine and has delighted millions since opening his Mesa Grill in New York City in 1991. America's grilling guru has chosen to debut his first ever steakhouse venture at Borgata with Bobby Flay Steak.
I mean, I think that Bobby Flay Steak is going to fit right into the mold of the Borgata, because when I think of the Borgata in Atlantic City, I think of high-end, I think of luxury, and I think of luxury ingredients. We've actually created something known as the lobster bar, where it's not just a raw bar that you see in a lot of restaurants these days. The focus is going to be on lobster, because I feel that where there is lobster, there must be steak, and vice versa. One of the keys to our success is getting people to come back. We don't want to be the trendiest restaurant on the block. We want to serve food that people crave after they leave. So it might be a steak or a lobster, but it's going to be a steak and a lobster that they think about 3 days later. It's going to be things that they recognize, things that they've been eating their whole life, but it's just going to have that little twist that brings them back to our place. Of course, because it's a steakhouse, we're really going to focus on steaks. And so one of the steaks we're going to do is a Philadelphia-style steak with a provolone cheese sauce, roasted mushrooms and onions. The design will have some classic steakhouse elements. It's going to have the warm woods. It's going to have a nice, rich feeling, great materials to it, but it's also going to have some more modern feel to it.
One of the challenges is everyone thinks they know what a steakhouse looks like. And Bobby expressed early on his love of New York steakhouses, and one expects a level of tradition, rich materials. Our goal is to give them all of that, but give it to them with a fun twist. So in some ways, it provides what's familiar, and then it turns it into something that's just slightly unfamiliar that makes it special. So when you see the leather ceiling, you'll see the stitching. When you see the seafood bar, the raw bar, which is right in between the bar and the restaurant, you'll see a cast glass, handmade bar front that will be uplit and glowing. So you'll really reveal the artist hand in every element that you can feel and touch in the restaurant. That's a direct link. That grows directly out of Bobby's philosophy and approach.
Well, Bobby Flay Steak is going to have the same energy in the restaurant that you can find on the casino floor. You know, sort of bustling, high energy, people having a really good time. It's not going to be a quiet restaurant by any stretch of the imagination. We want people to be able to kind of throw the dice and at the same time walk in and order a great steak or a lobster.
I couldn't be more excited about continuing the relationship with Bobby and working in the Borgata, which in my opinion has so quickly soared to be not only the premier property in Atlantic City, but really the property that everyone's talking about. So I'll be there. I'll be the one with the huge steak and the lobster opening day.
Well, I'm looking forward to the summer of 2006 because it's going to be the completion of the Borgata expansion with lots of great food, Michael Mina, Wolfgang Puck, and me, and we're looking forward to feeding you. Come on down.
Blending fresh California ingredients with classic French training, Wolfgang Puck has become one of America's most famous and beloved chefs. East Coast diners will no longer have to travel to Las Vegas or Los Angeles to enjoy a unique Puck culinary creation. This California king brings his fresh cuisine to Borgata with Wolfgang Puck American Grill.
Hi, I'm Wolfgang Puck, and I'm right here at the Wolfgang Puck Bar and Grill at the MGM Grand in Las Vegas. And you know what? We're gonna open a similar restaurant just like this one at the Borgata in Atlantic City. It's gonna be really an important step for us. We're sending our best people there. I'm gonna come all the time, so we are really excited. I can't wait until it opens. Naturally, we're gonna have also some of our famous dishes, like our pizzas with smoked salmon, our steaks, which are really legendary already. Come to think of it, where's our steak? Not only we make pizzas, but we have great steak. We serve it just like that in the skillet. All right, look at that, sizzling hot. Now this one is probably for one on the East Coast. On the West Coast, probably 2 people will eat that. We hired the best designer, which I think is the best designer in the world. His name is Tony G. He did our restaurant right here at the MGM, and he is so talented. So I think one of the reasons I'm excited to go there is because I know the place is gonna look great. We're gonna have great service and great food.
Our space planning of this is really an open space planning. You enter the wonderful patio surrounded by natural element as you are sitting out in the patio in the autumn days, sipping your wonderful California Cabernet. Backdrop with the wonderful wood logs and the fire. You know, first to begin with, the color, the spice tone, so rich. The foliage on the ceiling, horizontally lit by the fog light. The flame at the fireplace. It's warm, it's textures, it's inviting, it's friendly.
New Jersey and the East Coast is a paradise for a chef because you have some of the greatest ingredients to cook with. New Jersey is famous for its tomatoes, its corn in the summertime. You go a little south in Maryland, you have great crab. On the seashore, you can catch wonderful wild striped bass. You can get great lobster from a little up north, or one of my favorite, the bluefin tuna right off Long Island. So, when I'm gonna be there using the seasonal ingredients, the food has to be just perfect. Finally, after 20 years, we are coming to the East Coast and to Atlantic City, the most exciting place on the East Coast probably today, especially the Borgata Hotel. So I think for us, it's a whole new venture, it's a whole new life, and we are really excited to be there.
Bon Appetit magazine's 2005 Chef of the Year, Michael Mina is quickly earning a reputation as one of the world's most talented chefs. Specializing in extraordinary seafood, Mina brings an incomparable experience to diners at his world-renowned restaurants in San Francisco and Las Vegas. Borgata is proud to announce the opening of the first Michael Mina venue on the East Coast, Sea Blue, a Mina restaurant.
I'm very excited to get a chance to do a restaurant on the East Coast. I went to school on the East Coast. I went to Culinary Institute. I was fortunate enough to get to work in restaurants on the East Coast in Manhattan, and I've been looking for the right venue to really take what it is that we do on the West Coast to the East Coast, and I think I'm real fortunate to be involved with a project like the Borgata. Sea Blue is a restaurant that was conceptualized a little over 2 years ago, and it's a Mediterranean fish restaurant. And the idea behind it was to create the type of restaurant that, of all of the food that I really enjoy to cook, I love to cook over wood, and a lot of what we do here is pristine fish from all over the world in its peak season, cooked over wood. I'm excited to have what I think is really the only fish restaurant in the Borgata, and that's something that, you know, I've been known for many years, and I think that to be part of a casino like the Borgata and to have the fish restaurant in it is exciting to me. Something that I've had a lot of fun with and started to be a little bit known for is to do fun, whimsical plays on some classic American dishes, and that's something that I have turned into a lot of my classic dishes, and that's something that, you know, I am going to bring to the Borgata that's a little bit different than Sea Blue here in Las Vegas. Things like the lobster pot pie, lobster corn dogs, caviar parfait, tuna tartare, root beer float. Those are the type of dishes that on the classics and on the signature side that we're going to do. It's obviously extremely exciting whenever you get a chance to work with a designer at the level of Adam Tani, when you look at the restaurants that he's done in the past, and having worked with him in the past, to be able to do a project from start to finish with him has been very exciting.
The different design concept that we brought to this space was a creation of a make-believe aquarium. I mean, the restaurant, it has no windows, actually, and it's sort of an interior space, and it has a series of these flat-screen televisions that are surrounding the diners at a height that could be an aquarium height.
Well, after a lot of discussion about what really makes an entertaining aquarium, we found a visual motif of fish that are real, but you've never seen these type of fish before. They're based on reality, they're based on things you probably have seen maybe in underwater exploration films, but these are new, these are creative, these were all hand designed, and they'll be sort of swimming around and introducing themselves into new and interesting ways while you eat and while you enjoy the restaurant.
Obviously, my first desire is to have somebody, once they pass the bar, which they're already by then quite happy and excited, walk into the restaurant and think, this is great. This is just the place I want to be. This is a place that makes me look good, makes me feel good, it's exciting. There's some things here that I haven't seen before, like the fish moving, I don't know what it is. The smell is good, it looks, you know, it looks sexy and lovely, and this is where I want to be.
People come to these restaurants and to the casinos to enjoy themselves, and that's something that, you know, you want in your dining room. It's exciting for me to be able to bring what it is that we do on the West Coast to the Borgata that is on the East Coast and be able to experience it, and hopefully we'll bring something for people that haven't been to any of my restaurants that might never get a chance to come because it is on the West Coast, something that hopefully will be a big treat for them.